So I am taking a deeper look at how the inventory works on Clover. Specifically, I want to focus in on these different price types that Clover has. And so when you have a fixed price, the thing about it is that it doesn't allow you to specify a unit of measure, right? So fixed price is a fixed price, and whatever the price you put in, it's just X1, if you will. So let's just take a look at how that looks. Fixed price example. Yeah. All right. And we're gonna make this item $1 like that, and we can put some product code in here like that, and categorize it, label it. We can do whatever we want with it. That's fine. And so now we have this item, and when we go to register and we look for fixed, oh, oh, there it is, right? So that's what I mean, X1, right? So it just goes in as an item, and you can work with the quantities of this item, and they'll just be, as many as you want. And that's example of a fixed price. Now, let's do an item that's variable price, or actually per unit, right? So per unit. This one is interesting because it's packed with all kinds of functionality, right? So you have this item unit, and they give you an example of ounces, pounds, and kilograms. Now, the reason why is because on these items, there's a specific functionality following it. Let's say it's dollar per ounce, right? So per unit, OZ is an example, okay? And we're gonna hit save. And now when I go to register, this is the interesting thing. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this item. We're looking for item called per unit ounces. And so see, I can put 1 ounces, 15 ounces. There's no decimal points in the ounces that it takes, right? Unless, actually there is 1 point. So you can put as many ounces if you're doing it manually, like that, for example. Will it take it? Yep, but it'll just take it 1 ounce. Will it make a difference if I go per unit? All right, so here it is. I'm gonna do 1.5 ounces. Will it take a decimal like that? And the answer is yes. It will take an 0.5 like that, but it ignored the bunch of decimals before. Let's try it again. So we're gonna do again per unit, and this is just me entering it, right? So we'll do 1.05. So that's 2 decimal points on the ounces, and it did take the 2 points, okay, manually. And now we're going to try 3 per unit. Here we go. So we'll take 1.005. So that's 3 after the 3 decimal points, and the answer is yes, it still does it. Let's just keep going and see how far it goes on the ounces. But all right, let's see. Per unit, here we go, 1.1234. So 4 decimal points. There we go. And it doesn't. So it just goes up to 3 decimal points on the ounces, for example. And then it just rounds. Like I just did 4 decimal points, it just rounded to 3 decimal points. So it allows me this. Okay, let's try to work with pounds. So LB, actually per unit LB, yeah, unit LB, and we're gonna do per unit, and we're gonna call it LB, and we're gonna say price $1. All right, and we can put some product code, all right, like that. And now we have that item, so I can go to register, Oh, register. And I'm gonna go ahead and save this, and let's do per unit. Per unit. Per unit, and we're gonna do pounds. And so now let's just do 1.5. So that's just 1 decimal point, no problem. There it is. Now let's do per unit again. Pounds 1.05. That's 2 decimal points. I'm assuming no problem. Yeah. And let's do another one. Per unit. And we can do pounds, and then we can do 1005. That's 3 decimal points. And again, no problem. 2, 3, and I'm assuming 4 is going to be the limit, right? So like we don't do the 4 per unit. Here's the pound. 1.1234. So there's 4 decimal points, and yeah, it just maxes out on 3 decimal points basically. And then you could also use, you know, the per unit as imaginary unit of measure, service, like that. Service unit of measure, which means nothing, right? So meaning in terms of, oh, that's way wrong. Okay, so here we go, per unit. All right, and I'm gonna put price per unit $1, and here I'm gonna put the word service. Okay, and that could be our unit of measure. Product code could be a combination of letters and numbers like that, right? No problem. And we can go ahead and save this item, and let me show you how it behaves in a register. So let me go ahead and save this. We have unit of measure service. Here it is. And it says, all right, give me quantity of service, and we go quantity of service is 1, or we can do point decimals, and I'm assuming 4 is going to, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just go like this and see if it allows us to do this decimal point, and it does not allow decimal points on unrecognizable units of measure at all. It just goes with the whole numbers. Unless, let me try something else. Delete unit. Unit of measure service 1.5. Yep, it takes so it'll take the 2, 1.5. Well, all right, let's just see what else it can do. So it behaves exactly like the other ones do. Basically, it goes up to 1, 2, 3, but no 4. That's it.